Investigate 9/11. 9/11 was perpetrated by people within our own government.
Mr. Beast was put in the position of power to promote transgenderism, to promote homosexuality to the kids.
What is going on with the ice rise? This shit is out of control.
Hey, Segovia, back with another one. Hope everyone out there is having a good day. Y'all make sure you guys watch from start to finish. That really helps the channel grow. But with that being said, let's get into it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Mr. Beast was put in the position of power to promote transgenderism, to promote homosexuality to the kids. Did he start off that way? Probably not, but he got co-opted as he went up. He's not that interesting, man. He's not funny. There's nothing charismatic about this clown. He basically was put in the position to basically steer an agenda. Now, how do you know this? Number one, Mr. Beast's colors are the same as a transgender flag. Then you had that idiot Chris, who was his co-host for a long time, who was promoting transgenderism, and once the heat got too much, they had to get rid of him. But if you still notice, they're still going to promote that rainbow flag. Mr. Beast sold his soul, or I don't know, maybe bent over to get that money. And quite frankly, I'd rather be a millionaire with morals than a billionaire with an empty soul.
Why in the world is this name redacted? I give you permission to kill him. He lied to you and he lied to me. This is clearly not a victim. The file name is on screen so you can double check this for yourself.
The Maya kings would cut their penis and then bleed that blood onto paper. The paper would burn and become the smoke through which they'd commune with their ancestors. But they'd actually tie this paper onto their penis, cut it, and then dance so the blood splattered. It was a self-sacrifice thing.
What is going on with the ice rise? This shit is out of control.
Listen, once I seen Gen Zs searching for ideologies to attach to, and I seen them revamp the Black Panthers with all light-skinned dudes, I instantly knew it was finna get all bad. You feel me? Because the actual true Black Panthers are not out trying to stop ICE.
Right.
You feel me? And then I'm seeing soccer moms getting executed in the street. This is why people have to do their proper education before they start attaching themselves to different causes.
Right.
Because federal agents don't have the same rules of operating like the police. You see what I'm saying? So like they get busy.
Yeah, they're not playing no games. And I blame the mayor and the police chief out there because they're the ones inciting all of this.
Yeah, they're weaponizing the public.
And that's all because of the fraud. That's all because they're exposing that fraud out there. So they're citing shit.
They're using human shields then.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not talking about the fraud anymore. That's major. And then going back to the Black Panthers, I looked at
Panthers.
The 10 Panthers.
Let's go.
Did you look into the leader?
Yeah, bro. The actual real Black Panthers been in my inbox saying, you gotta say something about this. The Black Panthers was started in California, right?
Right.
In Oakland, right?
This new Black Panthers, they don't even mention Huey P. Newton at all.
At all. Which is weird because if you look at the guy who's leading the charge, this dude named Paul Birdsong, 4 years ago, this dude was in the Blood Gang.
I saw that.
During when we had BLM like 5-6 years ago, there's pictures of him resurfacing, of him being out there with the Bloods. All of a sudden, now he's a Black Panther.
Sound like they hemmed him up and converted him, made him an informant.
Sound like some CIA shit.
For sure.
Well, here's the thing, his record.
Okay.
Allegedly, they're saying that he's an SA offender.
Oh, wow.
He a what?
A sexual offender.
I'm on his ass.
So that's now reports are saying, he looking it up already.
Yeah, nah, it's not funny no more.
They're saying allegedly that people are coming up with these records now looking into his past, and now he's an offender. First of all, you're part of the Blood Gang, and then now they look into your past and you're a sex offender?
You know, we don't spare no sex offenders. So now I'm about to get into him. You know, that's something that I don't play about. And you got a lot of people out here charading around trying to find where they can fit in for content creation and not an actual call. That's what I think that is. Y'all not pointing guns at ICE. So when I see them showing up with firearms exposed,
performative.
That's definitely performative because we just seen what happened with Grandmaster Jay from the NFAC. Soon as he came outside public with his armed militia pointing the guns, he gets caught a Fed case. He gone. So if he don't catch a Fed case, then we know who put him in position.
Biggest conspiracy theory that freaks everybody out is flat Earth.
But
Plenty
there's
of them.
satellite photographs of Earth from space.
Those are all cartoons.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that even the NASA, the guys who actually do those composites, those are composite imagery.
It is Photoshop, but it's has to be.
Let's look at footage from the space station of Earth.
Right there, a little stitching, like right there.
So this would just be going straight forever.
Do you see that line?
Yeah,
do you see that line right there? What is that?
What is that line?
Yeah, what is that line? Well, that looks like stitching to me. It looks like they've stitched together, and it crosses over there through that mountain range right there.
That is weird, whatever that is. But
So by your very example, I'm just saying that you have to have a certain amount of faith in that. And on the surface, mundus vult decepi.
Okay. You're freaking me out. Go back to that, Jamie. So what is the explanation? Go back a little bit.
Yeah, what is the explanation of that line right there?
Right, but how weird is that? That is weird that there's this line.
Right, because that in itself is a composite image, a cartoon that has been put together for you to look at this apparent live imagery.
This live video feed from the International Space Station
has been interrupted because you're watching too much.
Due to either a change in the onboard camera configuration or a loss of signal with the communications network. The video will return when the connection is reestablished. So this is during the live feed.
Whenever they're up there shooting with cameras outside, you're like, oh, there's the curvature, and then every now and then the camera turns and it inverts for a moment, then it goes back down.
I've never seen that.
I watch a lot of NASA stuff. The way laser sighting across large bodies of water, or navigation maps for air travel, for pilots, is always the presumption of a flat Earth. It's always in the pilot manuals.
I've been a lot.
I mean, you're telling me it's 2026. We got the best cameras that we carry in our pocket every day. You can't just take a picture of space from or of Earth from the space station just to debunk everybody and put that to rest. Something's fishy.
In this world, and I don't think I've ever seen streets like Port-au-Prince. Something serious. The smell of that trash burning is horrific. Look at all the chickens in the trash.
It's getting worse and worse every day, and they're not cleaning it. But what happens when you take the garbage and remove it from certain area and dump it in another area? So it's like they never actually remove the garbage and put it in the place where it should be.
What is this?
Look what the devil is doing in 2026.
They all knew, and look what happened to them. Chester Bennington, Avicii, Anthony Bourdain, Chris Cornell. What happened in a very short period of time? They were working on a documentary that they were starting to promote, where they were going to talk about this. It was like about saving the children, about what was going on, a global thing that's happening. Okay, that has happened. That is now, like, all the documents, the client list, island links, all coming out now. Okay, they were all working on this documentary. And they were putting in their own money, their own time, all four of them. And what happened in a very short period of time? And what do you think happened? Right? Look at the Paul Walker thing. It's like, same thing, right? And it's like, how do we let this go? How are we just like, oh, how do we move on? And it's crazy that all these people still go, no, that's the story. CNN said that's the story. It's like, well, no, it's not. 2 people, maybe, but 4, 5, 6, 7, how many people? I mean, it's so blatantly obvious now that we know what's going on. They were going to share the truth. What's your take on this? Make sure you hit the follow button so we see each other again in this part of my series. I remember when Paul Walker passed. And then I was like, oh my God, horrific. What? And then seeing what he was about to do. And being like, oh, I don't know then. But now it's starting to become more obvious. What's your take on all this? Am I wrong? I want to hear what you have to say, and I'll talk to you soon.
In 1997, a mysterious figure appeared on Breaking the Magician's Code. Magic's biggest secrets finally revealed. He wore a black mask, spoke dramatically, and did the unthinkable. He exposed magic tricks. The show aired on Fox Broadcasting Company and quickly became controversial. For decades, magicians followed a strict, almost sacred rule: never reveal the secret. Magic wasn't just entertainment. It was a craft built on illusion, misdirection, and trust within a tight community. And then came the masked magician. He revealed how levitations worked, how sawing a woman in half was staged, how large-scale illusions were engineered. Audiences were fascinated. Magicians were furious. For years, his identity was kept secret. Rumors spread everywhere. Some believed he was a disgruntled insider. Others thought he was trying to destroy the industry. Then in 1998, during the final episode, He removed the mask. The man behind it was Val Valentino. Valentino was already a working magician before the show. He later said his goal wasn't to ruin magic, it was to modernize it. He believed exposing older illusions would push magicians to create bigger, better performances. Not everyone agreed. Some performers claimed he damaged the profession. Others argued that true magic isn't in the trick itself. It's in the performance, personality, and presentation. Interestingly, magic didn't die. If anything, it evolved. Today, illusionists still perform many of the same tricks, just refined, upgraded, and reimagined. Because here's the truth. Even when you know how a trick works, you still kind of want to believe. And that might be the real magic.
How many of y'all starting to think that this Nancy Guthrie missing story was all a setup from the beginning? Listen to this right here. So this woman, whose daughter is well known all around the world, in a neighborhood, very, very affluent neighborhood where the mom lives at. And you know, in this day and time, everybody has Ring cameras. Miss Guthrie has been missing since January 31st, guys. And here we are, February 13th, Friday, February 13th. And all they really have is footage of someone with a mask on coming to a door. They question a person of interest, but then released them. Now they're talking about the ransom notes. TMZ keeps getting all this information. How is TMZ able to obtain information before the federal government, the FBI, who's investigating the Miss Guthrie missing case? How are they able to obtain information before the FBI, guys? They're sending stuff over to TMZ like TMZ can solve the case and bring Miss Guthrie home. I hope that they bring her home. But this is another thing right here. With all the people who come up missing every day around the world, children, adults, elderly people, why aren't they giving this type of coverage, media coverage, to other missing children and missing people that's going on around the world? You know how many kidnappings that happen in America every single day? Hundreds of kidnappings every day. But you don't see the news coverage for those people the way that you see for Miss Guthrie. And don't get me wrong, I really hope that they bring this woman home safe, unharmed, back to her loved ones, because it's a hard feeling knowing that your loved one is out there somewhere. You concerned about your loved one, but something just seems really off in this whole situation. How in the hell is there no other footage of all the Ring cameras, vehicles pulling up? I know I have a Ring camera. Somebody drives down a street or walks down a sidewalk. It's set, the sensitivity is set where you can see everything. It's just a very affluent neighborhood like this, and nobody see nothing. And every single day, there's a ransom note this, a ransom note that. And TMZ is the only one who's getting information. That don't seem odd to y'all guys. How the hell are they getting this information? That doesn't make sense to me. Leave me a comment. Thanks for watching.
Like, they're getting the information, and is the FBI even investigating it? Like, this guy saying, I know who has her, but I need a Bitcoin. Like, that's coming in anonymous. In 2026, that's coming in anonymous. And then they did a SWAT raid where 3 people were contained or arrested or whatever, detained. I didn't hear nothing about that on TV. We got people coming out. We got people coming out saying her brother-in-law, her sister are suspects. And then she does a Instagram post yesterday saying, I still believe this can, you know what I mean? Like, not even addressing things. It's like a show, y'all. It's crazy. And people falling hook, line, and sinker for it.
I don't know if you noticed that. People just move on to the next thing.
On.
I don't know what the fuck everyone's doing. I've never gotten over being, when I was told don't do your own research, I never got over that. That's one of the craziest things I've ever heard.
It's nuts. Yeah.
Okay. And if I bring it up to my smuggling ass New York friends, not Todd. Todd is a hardcore militiaman. And he wants that known, and he wants his kid's school to know. That's he don't have the guts to say it, but I'll say it.
Yeah, making fun of Cash Patel being an idiot last week was kind of easy before I dug into the before I saw the photo of the trap door in Epstein's house that goes to the ocean. Goes to the ocean. Okay, look, I definitely would be lying if I didn't say that people who were into conspiracy theories, this guy, we're having a bit of a bittersweet victory lap this week. Okay, now what? But, you know, look, no one's glad that any of it's true, right? But also told you so. You're right. I didn't have to bring it up at Thanksgiving. You're right. Okay, I didn't have to bring it up live on CNN. You're right. But there's no good time to bring up trafficking. Conspiracy theorists, I think, are always people who come from either a childhood or something where there was like a cataclysmic sort of like a capsizing of their entire reality. So like nothing is off limits in terms of like what's possible, right? It's like, what? Dad has a secret family? What? Mom's my sister? Like something crazy like that. Like what? Like
the crazy details are what actually ends up explaining the stuff that was confusing. So it's like when you hear a crazy theory, you're like, you know what? That's the only way this could make sense is if it was like that, because why else would...
I remember getting really weird advice that I ended up...
Why do you think...
I mean, it's so annoying how they put conspiracy theorists in a box. Like, it's the same thing as like the far right people are like super this, super that. The far left people are like super this, super that. But the majority of the people on the left and the majority of the people on the right, they're just everyday people. Same with the conspiracy theorists. There's those far conspiracy that are like crazy. Every single thing is. But the majority of us just, we're more questioning things than being conspiracy theorists. At least with me, right? I'm more questioning, like, this doesn't make sense. This Guthrie thing. Like, yeah, there's people that are like far conspiracy theorists. I'm just gonna give some examples, like Epstein, something to do with it, or the government's trying to distract us so we don't like those like far. But the most of like just questioning, like, doesn't make sense. Why is this happening? Why is that? Why is this? Like more questioning. That's how I do it, y'all. I'm more questioning than being like, this is it, no matter what. It's more questioning that's how I approach things.
Fucking Epstein went from, oh, this is bullshit, it doesn't even exist, to this and this to all of a sudden it's
questioning
getting
these
released.
things.
That happened because of public pressure. They fucking work so hard to create the divide between the cultures that are American. Okay, this is why they tell black people that whitey's the problem. And they tell white people, oh, black guy's the problem. And they fucking create all this shit. Why would they spend so much money and so much time and so much energy convincing the Americans that they were enemies of themselves? Why would they spend so much time indoctrinating children that they are powerless because of the skin color that they happen to be? The whole entire reason is because we are far more powerful than we even understand that we are, and they know it.
I'm so sick of staring at this disgusting snow.
New York City, y'all. They haven't figured out this yet.
Believe it or not.
Like I was watching a Joey Diaz, podcast clip just last night. He was talking about how Colorado, in New York, when there's snow, the whole, back in his day, I don't know now, right? But back in his day, when there was snow in New Jersey, New York, like the whole thing shut down. Like if you got to work at 10 o'clock, it was understandable. Well, he went to Colorado, they got like a foot of snow, right? So he's like, I'm gonna show up to work late. Like, but they have it all figured out there. The streets are clean. Like, why is New York filthy like that in 2026? It's still the way they did it in the 70s. With all that taxpayer money, with all that budget they have, there's still piles of dirty snow all along the streets. Is it like that in Colorado? I don't know. I've never been to Colorado, but watching that podcast, he's like, streets are immaculate. The public transportation's still on time. They're still running like clockwork. But in New York, I don't know, back in the 70s, 80s, right? It was like a nuclear bomb just went off, chaos, right? When it snowed.
Asphalt's one of them businesses where if you wanted to get somebody, it'd be easy to do.
Why?
Because if I tell you I'm going to lay 500 tons and I'm going to lay it 3 inches, unless you core that blacktop, how do you know what I laid? And they will lay an inch of blacktop over mud, over grass. And they walk away, they get paid, they walk away, they change their business names constantly, or don't even have a legitimate business. And it's one of them businesses where you can easily skim off the top if you wanted to. And
meaning like lay less asphalt than you
lay
needed
less.
to.
Exactly. So what I do is I tell them how many tons I'm going to use in the contract, and I use that. If they want to see a weight ticket, I give them a weight ticket. So when we go in for stone, if we're going to stone a brand new job and it's really compacted soil, I'm not going to ask them to put 12 inches of stone down when they don't need it, because I wouldn't do that with my money, so I'm not going to do it with theirs. So I really try to sell them exactly what they need and use what they need.
Why you're
There's
still
a lot
in
of
business
gypsies
and
on
those
that
other
tool
people
list.
ain't.
In West Virginia.
In West Virginia. Yep.
You'd think the good old boys would run them out of town.
You would think. You would think, you know, and it's very easy in this day and time to.
Why don't you take them out to the fracker?
Yeah,
There you go.
I'd like to.
Oh.
I'd like to take old Cracker to the fracker.
Yeah.
So this is one of Oprah's favorites. She says it's a miracle fountain of youth and her magic wrinkle.
Just keep watching.
I'm going to put a little on your hand.
I'll do that. Oprah did.
Yeah, Oprah did it. All right, so here, we're going to rub it right in.
How come it's red?
I'll show you in a sec, Steve. So this is made from growth hormones of human
Look, the
horse-
And here's why this clip is resurfacing right now. Recent files, recent testimonies, old statements are being re-examined. Suddenly, things that used to sound like a joke are getting taken seriously. I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying when everything starts getting questioned at once, old clips start to feel very different. Watch it again and let me know your thoughts and comments down below.
I mean, we saw on Ellen DeGeneres, who was she talking to? Was it Sandra Bullock? When they were talking and she's like, you know, asking her, how do you stay young? And then Sandra Bullock was beating around the bush. And then Ellen came out and said it. It's like Young Koreans 4, you know, right there on national TV. That's what they're using to look young.
We
Korean-
decided that we needed to use AI against these motherfuckers, because let's be real, right? They're using AI to build our digital prison. They're using AI to monitor us, to surveil us, to track us, to kill fucking people overseas. The least we could do is give them a taste of their own medicine and turn the AI back on these files and let regular people just dig into these files with the richness that it deserves. Because when you go to listen. I've been digging into these files just like all of you folks for the last, week or two. And I've got like 7 different windows that are just still open on my computer that look like this, with about 1 trillion different tabs. I have to tell it I'm not a robot and that I'm 18. Then it'll show me one document, right? And then it'll show me one document, right? And you had to open each of these one by fucking one. It's like there's no way you're ever going to decode the Epstein files when you look at them like this, right?
What games they play. You guys flying in this?
When they were talking about kidnappers.
Wow.
Tell me this isn't creepy. Watch this.
She is full of kindness. Catherine is very gentle and kind. Talk to her and you'll see. Talk to her and you'll see.
What? Wait. I mean, this is a little weird.
And it went on. There's actually a longer clip of it. And so my point is, think about this. What are the odds, Adam? What are the odds that Savannah Guthrie, she's in the Epstein files where it looks like Jeffrey Epstein is talking to somebody powerful, saying she's gonna go here, she's gonna talk about this, she's gonna talk about that. Then her husband worked for Clinton for 8 years, okay, leaves, goes to another company, partners up with a company that helps Democrats with their image and all that stuff. And then now the Clintons are testifying about the Epstein stuff this month. How do you not see a connection of somehow, somewhere, and then she's over here yelling at Trump? What, you're talking about there's demons and whatever, a pedophile satanic group? Yeah, there is.
It's really huge.
Like, that just shows you that they're all plants. Like, what are the chances that the Today Show host father worked with Bill Clinton or the Clintons. Like, what are the chances of that? And you're the star on the Today Show, right? Like, that just shows you that all these people on television and all that, they are just industry plants, right? Because that's how deep it goes. Her father was with the Clinton. We're going to put your daughter, your daughter, we can push an agenda. We're going to put her on the Today Show. She's going to be the star. Like, they're just all plants, y'all.
Speaking of being paid, how much do you get paid to protest? I know that's a pretty
Usually
popular thing.
protest rates go like outside agitator rates or just strict protest rates?
Like just like sign up, put your coat on, hold a sign that was pre-made
Signs
for you,
low.
obviously.
You just
right?
hold a sign. I got a couple of pictures holding signs. I can tell you those contracts are lower, maybe 20 an hour to hold a sign. You want to outside agitate? I go 50 an hour.
Nice.
I go 50 an hour. And then once we pass certain temperatures, we're in the negatives. Like negative 30 Minneapolis, I'm charging 100 an hour to be out here.
Yeah, you better.
You know who's paying me too.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I got the same check last week.
Exactly, I know.
We get I was getting 35 an hour, but I wasn't screaming my lungs off. I was only
There's
screaming.
contingencies.
Yeah.
In these
Well, they make you wear those decibel readers to see how loud you're
They
actually
do.
chanting.
They do. And the right doesn't know. MAGA doesn't know about that yet.
Yeah.
MAGA doesn't know about the decibel readers. I got one on me right now.
Greatest mystery probably in all of aviation. So in 2014, that Malaysian flight that had like 239 passengers and crew all gone. They did a big search right as soon as it happened. Then a couple years later, and then 2017, they did a massive search. They're now doing another huge search in the southern Indian Ocean. And they've been searching, and there's an American company that's volunteering to help using underwater robots, deep sea drones, and advanced scanning. They're just spending millions of dollars now searching for the plane still. But in 1997, a mysterious sound was detected from 3,000 miles away inside the ocean. That's like hearing a sound when you're in New York, hearing a sound from London. Louder than a blue whale, louder than any animal or creature ever could make. It happened in 1997. They did research. They could not find the source. It happened again in 2005. And so they started looking again with their new technology, trying to source it. And they tracked it to one location, South Indian Ocean, Antarctica.
Investigate 9/11. 9/11 was perpetrated by people within our own government.
Once again, somebody clearly done lost their damn mind. Like, I don't even know who comes up with ideas like this. Look at this shit. All I want to know is, would you get on something like this? You get up to the top, they roll you out, and you like, hold on, wait, where the hell is the rest of the track? You're a little confused, but all of a sudden it starts to tilt, and you like, what the fuck? Oh, hell no. Are we strapped in?
Watching it.
Edith, I'm coming to join you, Edith. Like you couldn't pay me to be tilted upside down and to hang there for a long period of time before you drop me? Don't eat before getting on this motherfucker. Like, nope, there's no way that you can pay me to get on a ride that hangs downward for a period of time before it takes off. No way, no how, no baloney. Tell Tony I said no. But all seriousness, would you get on a roller coaster like this?
So, the river is on the other side of this levee back here. And a piece of history that I want to show you. This is in Cairo, Illinois. Okay. You walk down east of right here. This is part of Black history. Y'all see this up under this by the levee. This up under here is slaves used to be in here. It's part of the Underground Railroad. And some of these, where they had, when slaves escaped, they held them in these things right here. the prisoners, the slaves that they captured. These were the cells they held them in off the river. Some of them still had shackles in them. It's in Cairo, Illinois. So, there's a little piece of history right along the river. Even some of the slaves who did escape with the Underground Railroad were captured and brought here.
Almost how I imagine my mom would film if she was showing something like an old school person doesn't know how to work the phone.
I'm terrified right now. There's a big thing that's happening, and I don't know if you know about it. I'm gonna fill you in. So, there is a conspiracy going around that on August 12th of this year, the gravity of Earth is going to turn off for 7 seconds.
2 days after my birthday.
There's an online conspiracy going around right now that on August 12th, I don't remember what time, if there is a time, that gravity on Earth is going to shut off for 7 seconds.
So it's just going to fall up the sky?
Well, you would go up into the sky, right? It wouldn't fall out of the sky. Yeah, gravity. Yeah, you'd be floating.
Yeah.
And so apparently, this leaked document from NASA is called Project Anchor. And NASA knows about it. They've been preparing for it, but they're not going to tell us about it.
Let me ask you a question, right? Would you actually be able to tell? Okay, so you could tell, oh, of course, it's a robot. I see him putting it on. But imagine how this looks on television with the right editing, with the right lighting. So they're putting a realistic silicone face mask on a humanoid robot, right?
Tom Hanks.
These are things they do for like movie props or actors or simulations that they're creating. But look at this though, right? Now these videos been around for a long time, but the silicone masks and everything. If you went down the rabbit hole in 2020, you've been learned about these masks, right? There was a whole guy named Conscious X saying everybody and their mama was wearing a mask. Everybody and their mama was playing a character. That whole wave kind of slowed down, but at the same time, it exists, bro. Like, you got to think about this. Epstein, the man Jeffrey Epstein had a bunch of masks hanging from his wall in one of them surgical rooms, one of them weird looking rooms. But this is something that has to be happening on an elite level, on a grand scale, because for the average person, what you buying a silicone mask for? What, to try to rob a bank or something? Don't do that. You feel me? That ain't gonna work. This ain't 2000. This ain't 98. You feel me? This ain't 85. But all I gotta say is, bro, these type of things exist. So you can't trust your two eyes with everything.
Yes! 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 Finally, I'm teaching you, young sensei. You are learning. Look, Candace, watch the screen. Watch it. There's a place called Devon Island, and you'll see that's NASA. This is all out in the open. This is where they quote unquote test their Mars rover. It's in a very remote, so isolated that you cannot even get there because there's no roads. And that's Devon Island, and that's apparently Mars. This is real. This is real.
This happened the first time we met. Do you remember?
Yes, I told you about it. Yes, look at this. But this is serious.
There was this dude, they found out he dug up 100 different skeletons and they put it in his basement.
Like decomposing bodies and shit?
Like he went to grave sites and dug up 100 bodies and put them in his basement. Black market.
You know what? I heard that they said he was selling some body parts online.
That's what I'm saying. That's big business. People go missing all the time for this type of shit. They selling skulls. That's like that one lady who was selling skulls too. I forgot where was that?
Yeah.
It was in New Orleans, right? Where was that?
No, there's a couple.
Right.
So one of them was in Florida, Wicked Wonderland, where they had a witch store and they sell different books and all this other stuff. But they also had bones and skulls and other different human parts that they were actually selling online. They got hit with federal charges for it.
Right. And it just turns out they were selling real body parts in there, right?
Right. So this guy was doing the same.
It's a ring, y'all. Dark web shit.
Definitely dark web shit. Cause yeah, I saw that to where it was, I read up on it and believe this This was in Pennsylvania. And he went to a cemetery, was digging up all these different grave sites. And he went into the crypts, and they said that he had left some trash around, right? As he was digging stuff up, digging the bones up.
That's how comfortable he was.
Yeah, exactly.
He was chilling. He had food and drinks.
Yeah, he did. So he actually was leaving stuff behind. Now, they said he was leaving behind liquid death, the drink.
The drink.
Yes, the
I
water.
never liked the name of that drink either.
I didn't.
I don't want to drink anything that's liquid death. I don't
Right.
know. It's just real ritualistic.
Yeah, right.
I'm good.
Yeah,
It's water. It's
Never
literal
I've
water. It's
never
called
had it.
liquid death, and it looks like a beer can, and it's branded like a beer. So it's like, cool. You look cool drinking water. You know, it doesn't make you feel like you're drinking water. But liquid death, y'all watch what y'all eat. Y'all watch what y'all drink. Y'all watch what y'all watch.
Yeah.
Because all that shit, these people perform spells on a high level.
Yeah, for sure. Why are you drinking water? And water's supposed to be representative of life. Right. Now it's liquid death.
Yeah, it's inverted. You know how they do.
Exactly.
Invert everything.
Right?
Yeah.
So he left behind liquid death cans, Monster.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I mean, I think he was buying like a ritual pack.
He had to. Because Monster, if you look on the Monster can, it's 3 claws, right? It's 1, 2, 3, and it's like claw marks. Those marks, if you look in the Hebrew calendar where they have numbers, those numbers, like those letters that's representative of those monster things, like those stripes, it's 666.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So in Hebrew, it's like this, right? It's
Oh,
3
and it
of
looks
them.
like those 3.
Yeah, it looks exactly
and
like
then
those
the drink
3.
is called Monster. Okay.
And it's called Monster.
Continue, because I'm sick of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, so that's what they said he had. And as he was digging up these people, and he had all these different body parts, people hanging in his basement.
It's sick, bro. It's sick. But yeah, he's working. He's definitely selling body parts, getting his hustle on. Sick,
I
sick
wonder
bastard.
how much of that is actually real. Because there's been multiple people who got caught selling this stuff online.
Those are the ones that got caught. Imagine how many of them it is.
Just like the morgue manager who got caught at Harvard, who was working there for like 30 years.
And he was selling body parts.
He was selling body parts out of the morgue.
Wasn't it legal? I forgot where that was. Was it Pennsylvania where that dude was getting them out of the graves and whatnot? But isn't it where whatever state? I'm thinking it was Pennsylvania. Correct me if I'm wrong. But in Pennsylvania, it wasn't against the law to sell human body parts, right? Is where he went wrong. He was going and digging it up graves. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. I thought I heard that it was legal to sell human body parts in, I believe he was in Pennsylvania, in whatever state he was in.
Did you guys hear about that story? That 46-year-old mechanic went to the hospital for minor injuries. The hospital went into his files and they changed up everything and said that he was not recoverable. They strapped him onto a bed. He got out, climbed in the ducts, and then he climbed out the window and climbed down, went to the police and told the police that they were trying to steal his organs. The police rushed up into the hospital and they found a false wall with 6 refrigerators that were unregistered with medical supplies and sedation medication. There was also 4 other people strapped down that they were going to kill and take their organs. Now, you guys, be careful, because that is crazy. This is insane. I would never want anything to happen like this to anybody. Just imagine going into the hospital with a broken hip and then ending up dead.
Happens every day too.
Which hospital is this? You know,
They
you
never
start
tell you,
out
right?
saying, hey, the hospital had this man, was going to kill him and take his organs. You're not going to tell us which hospital this is? We need to know, so we can make sure stay away from that motherfucker. Where is it at? You said this whole speech got us spooked, and everything. You can't even tell us which hospital it is. 'Cause we know it's not a majority of them. But that's crazy, though. You gotta watch out for these hospitals anyway, not even for this. Some of the other stuff they do in regards to health, in regards to putting you on certain pills, especially during COVID. I know there was a lot going on with hospitals during COVID where people weren't getting treated the correct way. Either way, bro, we need to know the hospital. I wish you would have said that.
They never tell you, right? I'm not going to tell you what hospital. Same with these movie stars that come out and say these directors are doing crazy things with young ones. I'm not going to say the name, but he did this. They always do that, y'all.
Why does the Coca-Cola served here have high fructose corn syrup made from genetically engineered corn, the chemical Roundup and glyphosate here in the United States, but in other countries, they're using real sugar? We have a seriously different set of ingredients and chemicals that we are being exposed to than other countries.
So why do you trust the Europeans more than the Americans on that front?
Because they're using more natural ingredients, things that came from the earth.
Has anybody been watching the news? I just saw breaking news coming out of South Beach. Somebody was standing on the beach with their phone in their hand, and they filmed what looks to be a zombie, fully clothed, coming out of the water, making its way onto the beach. Now, I've seen a lot of footage pertaining to zombies and fake AI generated stuff, but this has got me worried. This one looks real, but I'm gonna post a picture of this in the comments because I don't know how to, I'm not smart enough to figure out how to save the video and play it in my video. But if you want to see the picture of the video from the news story, it'll be in my comments. But you tell me, is this legit? And see if you can find it on the news. What's going on? I don't know if this is almost like a scene of a movie or if this is really happening, but I'm wondering, are we in end times? Are we in end days? Let me know what you think. Check out the picture and see if you can research it too and find out what the hell's going on.
Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in what is it?
Area 51.
Area 51. There's no underground facility unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they hid it from the president of the United States.
What was the first question you wanted answered when you became president?
Where are the aliens?
Where are the aliens?
If this country really had some nads, we would bond together and realize they're trying to make us all fight one another, whether you're pro-ICE, against ICE, you're liberal, conservative, all the names they label us as and all the names that you're getting caught up in. If we were to unite and say, you know what, we all are going to put our differences aside, and we notice there's not a lot of things going in a good direction, and it's mostly from all of you, meaning our so-called leaders. You failed as a boss, so therefore you lose your salary. So therefore, none of us pay our taxes until we decide.
finally, right?
We'll decide what starts going in a bit. We'll decide who we will start funding. We'll decide where we send our military to. We will decide who we will start paying for and sending aid to and helping be another ally. Do you think we'd have the fearlessness to do that? And by the way, that's a peace movement right there. There's no violence there. There's no protesting.
This is why Starlink shut it down. Antarctica? I thought there was supposed to be snow everywhere. And the penguins there too. Look at the penguins. Remnants of an old race. But that looked like green lands to me. It don't look that cold. They're lying. Go look at the Ouroboros maps. They got Antarctica depicted. No snow. No snow, no snow. Niggas don't want it. Here's another map. No snow in Antarctica. So, why we can't view what's going on there? Why all our life we thought Antarctica was just this big snow region, right? That nobody could go to. But there's a pact on all governments and all worlds and all world leaders that say that, hey, we don't cross Antarctica. Here's another map. This is a modern map of how Antarctica looked without snow, I guess. And they say this is a rare picture. But I guess this one's CGI, right? A CGI. Now we got an inner Earth interest too? Oh, man. And why is that, don't that look, now he was saying that's real, that's natural, right? But don't that just look crazy? We know nature has some incredible formations, right? But sheesh, bro. You would think the whole thing is froze with ice. That don't look real, bro. I don't know about y'all. That look like it's like a freeze gun. Pew! I froze, like you was trying to run. Pew! Hit you with one of them Spectres and it froze half the land like I'm playing
Destiny 2.
Why is nobody charging me to ask this super intelligent chatbot questions every day? You are being used to extract value from you. All of your behavior, all of your interactions are being taken, and they perform mass surveillance. They record everything they can, because every single bit of information that I can take from your behavior allows me to predict your behavior. And when I can predict your behavior, I can steer your behavior. I can literally control you. I can turn you into a puppet that does whatever I want. Those are the systems that we are faced with right now.
Every woman who uses deodorant needs to hear this. You spray it, swipe it, forget about it. But right under your arms, that's where your lymph nodes live, the gateway to your immune system. Most deodorants are filled with aluminum, synthetic fragrance, even BHT, a chemical linked to cancer and banned in some countries. These ingredients don't just stay on the surface. Your armpits have ultra-absorbent skin, and they lead straight into your bloodstream, and the worst part, you don't feel a thing. These chemicals build up slowly, silently, every single day.
So taking care of you is your responsibility. I read those books and started practicing, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is it. And that's when I began to understand the importance of knowledge. Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food.
All right.
See, it's we think, when Bill Gates goes on, what was it, a TED Talk, and he's saying, we need to depopulate whatever. We think there's going to be like a massive COVID thing, or they're going to spread a disease. No, they're doing it. They're doing it, y'all. They're doing it with these deodorants. They don't want to kill it. They don't want it to happen to everybody, but there is certain people that their genetics, that affects them. Some people it doesn't, right? The food, right? What's the biggest, everyone's in the hospital for what? For their food, the inflammation, right? Cancer, Alzheimer's, all these things come from food, right? That's depopulating us through these things, through our shampoo we put on our hair, through our deodorant. They are slow. Who runs the medical? Who runs the food? Who runs the deodorant? The elites, right? So they're doing this depopulation. They make it seem like they're going to do it with a sickness out there or something like that, but they're doing it every single day, all day, by things we use, our toothpaste, our water, our food, everything we do on the daily. There's people that are being offed by using that. They're having a heart attack. They had too much, fat and carbs together, right? They had all these ingredients. They're doing it slowly but surely, y'all. Every day. Every day people are being offed, and people are being born all day, every day. Some things it affects people, some things it doesn't. They don't want to do everybody, but there is some people dying from the same food you and I eat. There's people that are dying from that. Allergic to peanuts, allergic, all these ingredients every day, y'all.
And one night fucking smoking, I went on a little YouTube wormhole situation, and somehow, I don't even know if it's a YouTube video or someone else, but I wound up on this video that was like, world's smartest kid thinks that CERN blew the world up in 2008. All right. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I go on this video, right? And I'm watching this video, dude. And it's this young kid. He's like 12, and the motherfucker's talking, you got to invest like 20 minutes into this kid talking about things that are super smart. And it's kind of like to show you he's super smart.
Like, why is his face blurred? Why is TMZ blurring his face? Why are these things coming out 3 weeks later? Like, somebody might know, like, hey, that's your brother. Like, that's my freaking brother, whether it's blurred or not. Like,
Inside of Beverly Hills alone, you have homeless people sleeping outside of mansions. Like, literally, within just a few blocks, you have homeless people setting up their own homes encampments in the street. You're walking across poop. Like, this isn't an exaggeration. Like, I've done it. I've shown people what's happening. You obviously have Skid Row there. That's been a big issue for years. Mm-hmm. But then you have $24 billion that just went missing for the homeless, that went unaccounted for.
What?
Have you not heard about that?
No.
Over $24 billion went unaccounted for to fight homelessness.
Are you saying million or billion with a B?
Billion with a B. And meanwhile, Gavin Newsom's buying a $9 million mansion in the Bay Area.
Did he really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I got to start putting some allegedlys out there so they can't come after me, but allegedly he bought a $9 million mansion.
Shit. Oh, in Maine, they're handing out free boofing kits.
Yeah.
You know what a boofing kit is?
No, what is a boofing kit?
Oh man,
Kinda have
I've
an
been
idea.
waiting for somebody to ask me this because I didn't know what it was when Steve Robinson told me what a free boofing kit was. I said, "What's a boofing kit?" It's like it sounds like some type of a balloon that you.
I've been saying.
Hey, what's annoying is this guy's only going after Democrats, right? Mr. Ted Cruz, when there's a big natural disaster coming to Texas, where's he at? He's on the first flight to the Bahamas. We're paying $7,000-8,000 in Texas a year on property taxes. Where's all that going? They just raised our electric bill for no reason. Where's that going? Right? At the airport, local airport right here, they're charging us extra money so they can build solar panels, right? Well, what about when those solar panels are done and it's starting to become profit? Is that money coming back down to where it was? We're done funding that. Where's the money going now? Right? Do it all, bro. You want to really make a difference? You really want to wake up some people? Do Republicans and Democrats. He's not going to do that because the Republicans are probably paying him to do all that, y'all. It's all political. That's what's annoying.
Put everything right in our faces, and our dumbasses still choose to be asleep and think it's just entertainment. No, it's planned, and it is part of the contract that they have to tell us what they're gonna do because we have free will to fucking stop it. So on Don't Look Up, if you guys haven't watched the movie, it's on Netflix. Literally, there's a video going around comparing real life to Don't Look Up, and it is uncanny. We are literally living that fucking movie. If we don't raise the collective consciousness and raise the vibrations and overturn our fucking political system, our whole fucking system needs to be overturned. We need to revolt. We need a revolution. They will destroy this planet because the people that are running this planet are not really people. They are beings from other planets who have come here to turn humanity into human slaves. Like I said, if you haven't watched Inside Job on Netflix, go watch it. It tells everything that is really happening. And they make it into a joke and they laugh in our fucking faces because the conspiracy theorists are the crazy ones. But yet we always end up being fucking right. And how many conspiracy theories need to be...
The fact that
if they're really reptilians and all this, they've been here for hundreds and thousands of years. They're ready for us to revolt, right? They end it. If they're lizards, they just go back underground. That's where I come from, right? Ain't nothing to me. I'll go live in the mountains. I'll go live underground, right? That's where I come from. You guys don't. You guys will be wiped off. We'll get the next sheep to come back up, and we'll run them for another 1,000 years, whatever, 5,000-10,000 years. And then when those ones start acting up, just end it again. That's what happens, y'all.
no snow
At
in
least
the
that's what I
mountains of
think.
Colorado as well as the mountains of Montana should scare the absolute shit out of so many of you, but you're not paying attention. Colorado River is barely at 57%. The Colorado River alone provides water for over 40 million Americans, and not just here in this state. Y'all need to wake up. And every single time you decide that ChatGPT needs to think for you, 39 million gallons of drinkable fresh water gone daily. And that's just ChatGPT. Think about all the other ones. No snow, data centers, fires, and the Colorado River not even peaking 57%.
You want to know who she is? Her and Chuck Schumer, when they put on the African garb and they got down on one knee for Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And it turns out the colors that they were wearing were from a specific tribe that was responsible for a lot of the slavery. Nobody told her that, and she just wanted to look cool.
I gotta be honest.
I mean, they probably knew that, but that's how dumb people are, and that's how much they put it in our face. Like, people ain't even gonna realize that. And the ones that do realize it, they're gonna make a video, and everyone else is gonna be like, they're crazy. They're just racist. You think they think they're dumb? Like, you think they're that dumb? I'm sure they knew, and they're just like, this is how much we got them by the freaking balls. We can put on a racist tribe, and then we're gonna have the right wing people come out and say that's a racist tribe, and then we're gonna have our people say you guys are racist. And then we're gonna play a big football game, and everyone's gonna have fun and drink for the day, and the next day we're back to business, right?
Bro actually got a point.
You damn
You
right I
really
do.
believe that in 1969, when televisions were still in black and white, and when folks were still using rotary fucking phones. And most new cars sold in the United States didn't even have power windows or fucking air conditioning. And we just strapped two cowboys into what was essentially a fucking Coke can with a Chevy small block attached to it, and just launched them motherfuckers out into orbit on nothing more than a hope and a fucking dream, and somehow managed to land that glorified bottle rocket safely on an uncharted lunar surface, where they then got out and played hopscotch for a few hours, and then they got right back inside that motherfucker, and then somehow managed to launch themselves back off the goddamn moon with no infrastructure.
Crazy.
And then a few short weeks later, they landed safely back on Earth. You really fucking believe that that happened?
People, yo.
God damn,
That's
you're
crazy.
a gullible son of a bitch. I bet you still believe in fucking Santa Claus, you goofy bastard.
Flowing to me, taking lightly. These fake niggas ain't gonna like me. Cause a nigga that I flow too real. Shit, I bet they gon' gang up to fight me. But enough of the stands, I'm repping my brand.
That's why I moved to Mexico 15 years ago.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Oh, yeah. I've been living in Mexico for 15 years every winter. I live an hour from pavement and an hour from electricity.
Official?
I live off the grid.
Who do you take with you down there?
I take my pickup truck, my wife, and my dog.
And was there a reason you guys chose down that area?
No, like my life. A Y came in the road.
Yeah.
I took it. No, what happened? I had just come out of office and I needed a break being governor.
Oh, I fucking pulled over for this one. Look at this. Keep fucking spraying. You chemtrail ass motherfuckers. And all you people don't even fucking notice this shit. Y'all see that? Look at that sky. You think that's fucking normal? That ain't normal, bro. That's called chemtrails. Heavy metals, everything, all up in the fucking air. None of these fucking people see it.
Almost 3/4 of younger generation are afraid of assembling flat-packed furniture, and 74% said they'd rather pay someone else to do it.
In the Epstein files, there was some things said about McDonald's, bro. And it's really, really disturbing. Jeffrey Epstein was writing an email explaining how a certain group of people, they tricked the into eating human flesh. McDonald's has ties to hospital. You know that, right?
Yeah,
Ronald
yeah.
McDonald Hospital.
Yeah.
Where's the farms? That's a good question. They did the math. There's like the amount of burgers that McDonald's produces, there's not enough cows. So where does it come from? The meat that's in... No. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so,
I got it.
If they have like connects to a hospital. But obviously this is just all alleged.
Wait.
But it's in the Epstein
That
files.
was in the files? That
It's
was in the files?
Epstein files. I'm just gonna show you a compilation of people finding weird things in their food, right? Somebody found like a tooth.
Went to McDonald's.
Look.
I got 2 teeth on the bag.
My McDonald's burger, it looks like it's a tooth.
Or part of a tooth.
This sandwich tastes so young and impudent.
Look at this. No people, no workers. Every vehicle you see moving is a machine. This is a container yard on the West Coast and it's fully automated. The trucks drive themselves. The cranes move on their own. Humans aren't even allowed inside certain zones. And then you hear Elon Musk warning about AI replacing jobs. And it stops sounding theoretical.
Like it says, the future is going to be amazing with AI and robots, enabling sustainable abundance for all. Like, is he saying all these robots are going to make so much profit that they're going to start giving us money for free without having to work? And people are believing that? I mean, they could do that now with people working. How much money these billionaires are making. They raise the pay for these workers? No. Didn't do nothing. Give him 25 cents. It's his year evaluation. Here's 25 cents. Right? They ain't gonna do that, yo. That's crazy. Even if they did, this world would turn to chaos. Because people are just gonna be, there's gonna be no purpose. There's gonna be no purpose to leave the house. There's gonna be no purpose for your family to go out there and get it, right? There's going to be none. The world would turn to chaos, I think. If they gave everybody free, like $100,000 salary, everybody, let's just say in America, got $100,000 salary, it'll turn to chaos, y'all.
Because this isn't the future. This is already happening. The question isn't if automation replaces work, it's how fast and who's ready when it does.
Watch carefully. This is what AI takeover actually looks like. Quiet, efficient, and empty.
Whole life.
I guess the DOJ on their cover-up, or the FBI, I guess they forgot about his fucking tattoo, right? Hello.
Breakthroughs available to those who can remove one of truth's protective layers.
What the fuck does that mean? I mean, what? You're supposed to say, "Yo, I went to the moon, bitch." That's what, you're not supposed to say breakthroughs. That
Maybe he's giving it away.
Truth protective layers. Like, I don't even understand what that means. The press conference is one of the more fascinating things. If you watch the press conference again, I've never seen a video where people look like they're more full of shit. They're like fidgety and looking nervous, like they're getting away with something.
This was Iran before radical Islam took over in 1979. This commercial was from the 1970s, and Iran wasn't always this Muslim country and Sharia law, where it forced everyone into submission. That happened in 1979. Now, everyone is protesting this oppressive government. We've seen it all over the news. And so let this be a warning to the West, because if you stay quiet, this is coming to your nation next.
Basketball kind of fell off. Tell y'all why, bro. So all these NBA players, bro, they all get these crazy deals. And then they just go out and get fucked up like the night before the game.
If you live in California, don't tell your doctor you fainted.
Did you know that if you tell your doctor that you fainted because you were dehydrated, they will take away your license in the state of California for 3 months minimum? Last July, I got out of bed really fast. I was dehydrated, stood up so quickly, fainted, called my doctor because I was nervous. I was like, maybe this is something bigger. And on the phone, I described everything that happened.
Y'all be talking to your doctors.
She was like,
too
"Oh,
much.
you're probably dehydrated, but I still need to report you to the DMV and suspend your license." And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean? Can I do testing first to prove that nothing's wrong with me and I was in fact just dehydrated?" And she's like, "Well, it could be a seizure." And I'm like, "Okay, well, let's do all the tests." So we did EEG, EKG, neurological exam, everything. Proved that it was just dehydration. My license was suspended for 90 days.
I mean, at this point, just be careful what you tell your doctor, man. Note to self.
You know how people think that maybe hot dogs aren't too good for you? And you know how other really crazy people think that there's extremely strange stuff in processed foods? I'm talking... Well, this mainstream news broadcast from 11 years ago did a DNA analysis on hot dogs, and you need to see this. And afterwards, you probably will never eat a hot dog again, I hope. Check this out.
People who eat hot dogs eat them because they taste so good. But what's in them is not so good. We've learned to accept it, but I don't know if you'll feel so accepting after this. The company Clear Foods recently analyzed 345 hot dog and sausage products from 75 brands and retailers and found, are you hot dog lovers ready for this? Human DNA in 2% of the samples and in 2/3 of the vegetarian samples. And get this, 10% of all vegetarian products appear to contain meat.
Wow.
Clear Foods says that there are some companies producing high-quality hot dog, top scores to Butterball, McCormick, Eckrich, and Hebrew National. Human DNA.
Now, just so you know, officially, there's human DNA found in these hot dogs because of someone's hair at the factory fell in, or they were itching and a skin cell fell in. That's the official story. The thing that's wild to me, though, is that there are still some people today, which I used to be like this, but it's been a decade, who think a bit of processed food is just kind of, it's not ideal. There's a lot of calories. It's not that good for you, but every once in a while it won't hurt. Well, yes, I'm sure you could eat a hot dog every once in a while. It's not going to gimp you. But I look at this as more from the spiritual side of things and going, what am I putting into my vessel? And don't think Butterball, Butterball's turkeys, hormoned out the yin yang, massive factory farm, they're caged, it's shocking. If you want to eat hot dogs, you can eat the healthiest, most delicious freaking hot dogs. You just go to an Amish farm, or you go to a natural butcher who has the farm nearby that you could go stand on. I'm a firm believer in the fact that I believe that you should be able to, and that you should go stand on the land that your animals that you consume are raised. Okay? And you should be able to put your bare feet on the ground where your vegetables are grown. I don't think we should be going to these mainstream grocery stores, these super high, these major retail grocery stores. There's nothing good about them, man. Small health food stores, small farms, co-ops, farm ops, You know what I'm saying? That is the future, and that puts the power back in our hands as well, as opposed to into these multinational, these gigantic corporations, which, by the way, lobby for different policies and things to come into place that make it harder to be a small-time farmer. Like, they are trying to put the little guy out of business. I mean, officially, they're making sure everything is safe and good. But like, ask a small farmer. It's not ideal conditions right now to try to become a farmer. But that's exactly why more people need to do it than ever before. And remember, a man's wealth used to be measured by how many cattle he had. So come on. Keep your head on a swivel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and follow for more.
I mean, even then, if you go to the farm and put your feet on the ground, like, even then, you just don't know. We're humans. Everybody's human. Everybody wants profit, right? Even these farmers, like, I don't know. Maybe they're honest, but maybe they're not, right? Maybe they're going to the store and buying that ribeye and saying we got it off this cow, right? They're all about money, all about I don't know. I'm just saying, you just never know, y'all. You just never know. Unless it's yours, then you can be 100% sure. But other than that, you just never know. But anyways, y'all, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you made it this far, you know what to do. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Not much going on today. I got to do a lot today, actually. I got to wash my car. I changed my oil yesterday. Got to wash my car. I got to pick up the poop twice today because for the next 3 days, it's going to be 40, 50 mile an hour winds. And homie does not like the wind, y'all. I ain't going outside. I ain't doing nothing. So today, everything's getting done. That way, you know, during these windy days, I guess I can do some stuff in the house, right? But anyways, y'all, hope everyone out there has a good day. I'm going to see you guys on the next one. This is Segovia signing out. Later.